Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And today I am going to be taking a look at one of the most celebrated and classic guitar trios in jazz history, led by one of the greatest guitar players of all time. And this band is comprised of legendary guitarist John Scofield, iconic bassist Steve Swallow, and renowned drummer Bill Stewart. And as a trio, John Scofield, Steve Swallow, and Bill Stewart have been playing together on and off for the past 30 plus years now. And John Scofield and Steve Swallow, they have been playing together a lot longer, and their long association first began in the early 1980s, and they have been playing together on and off for the past 40 plus years now. And between the three of these great musicians, they have seen it all, done it all, and played with just about everybody you can imagine. John Scofield has played with the legendary Miles Davis, David Lieben, Joe Henderson, Charles Mingus, Jerry DeFrancesco, Herbie Hancock, Pat Metheny. He was a member of the Mark Johnson Bass Desires with Bill Frisell and Peter Erskine. He's played with Joe Lovano, Pat Martino, Mavis Staples, Billy Cobham, Medeski Martin and Wood, George Duke, Jaco Pastorius, John Mayer, Robert Glasspiegel, and of course Gary Burton. And Steve Swallow has had one of the most longest careers in jazz history, and he's played with just about everybody too. He's played with Paul Bley, Carla Bley, Andy Shepherd, Joe Lovano, Tor Johansson, and of course he's played with Pat Metheny and has had a long association with Gary Burton. And Bill Stewart has played with just about everybody too. He's played with Joe Lovano, Michael Brecker, Pat Metheny, Lonnie Smith, Nicholas Payton, Steve Wilson, Seamus Blake, Larry Goldings, Chris Potter, Peter Bernstein, and Jim Hall. And the trio of John Scofield, Steve Swallow, and Bill Stewart have released a number of recordings over the years, including one live album. But for today's edition, I am going to be taking a look at their most recent recording, which came out in 2020 on ECM. And this is Swallowtails. So Swallowtails features John Scofield, Steve Swallow, and Bill Stewart. And just like the title says, this is an album comprised of all Steve Swallow compositions, but they're just reworked as a trio. And what can you say for a band that's been playing together for the past 30 plus years? They don't miss a beat, they sound as good as always, and their chemistry and rapport is very, very tight. And they're a great band and a hell of a unit. And this is not only like a tribute album to Steve Swallow, but this is like a celebration, not only for John Scofield to his good friend, but a celebration of one of the greatest bass players of all time. So we've got She Was Young, Falling Grace, which has been played by just about everybody, Portsmouth Figurations, Awful Coffee, Elder Down, Julio Bolinas, Away, In F, and Radio. Excellent album. One of the best albums of 2020 and one of the strongest albums on ECM. And as you'd expect from the ECM label, top-notch production, outstanding. What more can you ask for? So let's have a quick look. And there's the trio in action. There's some sleeve notes from John Scofield. There's the more sleeve notes as well. It's a brilliant album, and you know, this also marks the first time in history that John Scofield and Bill Stewart have actually recorded on an ECM album, because Steve Swallow, as we all know, he's played on thousands of ECM recordings, but this is the first time that John Scofield and Bill Stewart have played on an ECM recording, and this is the first time that the trio has been featured on the ECM label. And as I said, these guys don't miss a beat, and they just get better and better as always. So that's it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite track from Swallowtails? Is it She Was Young, Falling Grace, Portsmouth Figurations, Awful Coffee? There's no right or wrong answer. It's a fantastic album and one that I highly recommend you check. So you know what to do, guys. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Jazz Albums review series. So until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, thanks for listening.